little kid Henry would have not left there for another 30 minutes and gotten progressively more and more upset to the point where he was crying tears of just rage that he could not have the mental fortitude to make it all the way back there without missing a shot. They give people like $50,000 if they can do that. Or maybe not that, but like, you know what I mean. They'll give them a fucking car if they make like 1, 2, 3, 4. Silly Henry. I was scheduled to work today, but yesterday, well, the day before that, my mom was feeling all sick. And I was like, maybe I'm feeling a little bit sick. And then I was in PAC, and I was like, I'm fucking sick of working here. This is bullshit. And I had to weigh it out because I really do, like, I stand by everything that I do. So I was thinking about it, and I was like, should I go home? Last time that I went home and I said that I was feeling sick and I got a COVID test, I found myself in Atlanta at like a church ceremony, a cacao ceremony, a concert. Like, oh, what an experience. I hadn't smoked for, so we are the saviors and we are creators. We don't go begging for placement. And we don't go asking anyone else. I'm going to get a tattoo that says, don't fucking tell me what to do. It's like, listen, bro. My doctor said I was probably never going to put my arm above my head. And my shoulder's always going to be filled with unnatural parts. Like a car that has a different engine in it. And I learned how to do yoga, and I learned how to meditate, and I didn't have anyone to help me. I was alone the whole fucking time. I wasn't alone, I had God, but I was alone. And when there were people around me, they were older than me, and somehow I was in charge, and everyone was tripping out. And then all of a sudden, I'm like taking care of this kid and this single mom who's just like on the brink of like having the string that broke the camel's back because she hasn't slept in 2 years. And her kid won't talk to her, and I'm supposed to deal with all this shit, but no one fucking understands. Everyone thinks I'm just this kid. No one understands that I was 19 and receiving information that was saying, hey, you could change everything. Because no one knows this shit that you're learning right in front of your eyes, with your eyes closed. You are being given this information, and with this information you do not have a choice. You are accepting the responsibility to share this information, and it's not going to be easy, and you have to figure out how to do it, and you're just a kid, but I got you, but no one's going to believe in you. And that's been the story. Yeah, so I tried to get out the door real early today and get here and get to work. And I overate last night a little bit. So I took Bagheera up, and there was like 10 minutes before Target closed, and I have a gift card. So I flew to Target, got some kombucha, drank a little bit of kombucha, and got this crazy workout in at the park at like 12 o'clock. Because I knew I wasn't going to be at work the next day. So I felt it out, and I was like, yeah, I have more important work to do. So I'm still literally working for Amazon right now. Yeah, I'm just tired of stalling myself out. So I'm going to go on a fast. I've been saying the words, I'm going to go on a fast, for so long that I stopped saying I'm going to go on a fast because I was just ashamed of saying that tomorrow I was going to fast. Like my mom talking to me about food and being like, oh yeah, well I'm not going to eat this week. I'm so fucking tired of that shit. And it's the only thing that's stopping me from doing everything that I have the ability to do. So I got out kind of late today. My dad saw me and he was like, you late for work? And I was like, yeah, it is what it is. Because he didn't know I went home yesterday. And So again, it was a weird thing because, you know, it felt dishonest. I don't want to be dishonest talking to him and also talking to people at Amazon being like, yeah, I feel like I have COVID, unless I actually have COVID. That'd be kind of lit. But I know you're like, but you don't have a mask on. Yeah, maybe I should just explain it so that I can stop having the conversations in my head. I sincerely apologize to anyone who is living in that reality. I am sorry that the story was told in the way that the story was told. If I was in charge, the story would have been told differently. But I wasn't in charge. I'm not in charge yet. And so unfortunately, you know, how's it going? Unfortunately, we live in this state of confusion and conflict. And it's a result of individual human beings' decision making for decades. And not just that, but we're not victims. And the message can only be that we are not victims, because if the message is that we are victims, then that means that we do not have the strength to overcome any adversity that life throws at us. And if that is true, then, also, secondly, I'm sorry for anyone who still thinks that the media tells you the truth. That's the craziest thing in the world to me. But most people still think that that's real. They haven't been telling the truth for decades. About anything, ever. Ever. Even if you're like, yeah, but you know, there's like normal news that they report on. No, they don't. They don't do that. Especially the last 5 or 10 years, they don't do that anymore. There's no normal news that they report on. They show you a story. And then they tell you the story based on what they're showing you. And they tell it in a way, and so this story, they have told us that there's a new virus. And at the beginning, they told us that it was like they made all these predictions about how dangerous it might be. And then they just moved on, and they never came back and were like, hey, yeah, so all those were crazy. We said 20 billion people were going to die. Sorry about that. So everyone still lives with this reality of like, I don't know how dangerous it is, and there's all these conflicting reports about what it is. But the virus aside, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I lived through this, the darkest period of my life. I lived through this experience, and I was losing my damn mind and trying to keep it together, but still smoking weed every day, which is like, you know, not a good combination. At vape pens specifically, it was a tough time. But basically, God was like, hey, bro, don't be a hypochondriac. I was like, you're right, God. And then I was like, yeah, but also I'm going to forget about that because I don't know what's happening, and life is really weird right now. And everyone around me is acting really weird right now. And I am realizing that I have no spiritual foundation in truth. I have one truth, and that is that God is love. And that is all I have. And everything else right now seems to be illusion. And I can like listen to Joey Badass, and that's truth. And there's, you know, I can get on my mat and always feel better. But it was hell. Dude, I lived in hell. And it was pure fear. And it was fear in the sense of like, I'm just gonna give up and not like, not choose to overcome. We are not choosing to overcome because as a society we have been bred to embrace our weaknesses, to embrace comfort, to eat junk food, to eat mental junk food. And we've been taught to judge. We've been taught to judge ourselves. We've been taught to look at Instagram and shit like that as the real world. We've been taught to think that likes and dislikes are these things that we're supposed to. We've been taught to create a hellish reality for us to live in. How many of us have felt like we might as well be in hell at some point in the last year? But it's on us. It's on us. No one's gonna fucking come and help us. Some new shady vaccine created by Bill Gates in rapid time. is not going to help us. That's not going to save us from our own problems. We create all of our problems. And the beautiful thing about that is that we can create solutions to all of our problems. And it's really simple. Everyone can figure out how to eat healthy. We have the internet, and we can use the internet to either raise our vibration or to lower our vibration. So we can learn how to be healthy. We can learn how to be mentally healthy. I'm going to teach you all of this. I promise you. Because I love you. Because I went through all of this shit for you. Because I love you. Like, I have had zero, no, that's not true, not zero support. But from my parents, pretty much zero, pretty much the opposite of, like, less than zero support. And now they see me growing, and my dad cannot fucking accept that it's like something is going to be imaginary if it seems impossible before it is physical. But it has to be imaginary. It's not going to just exist out of thin air. You have to create it. And he sees me growing. He knows that I'm capable of it. He knows that I'm on this mission. He knows that I'm working nonstop. And he cannot get over the part of his mind that refuses to think positively. The only way that he has to think positively is God. And thank God, I fucking talked about Wim Hof like offhand one day when I didn't even really know anything about him. And then my dad was watching his interview, and then he's watching the next interview, and then he's starting to practice. And now he's here and he has a breath practice, and he has the opportunity to grow. But the thing is, I came back here to get my shit together and to see if I could help him to quit tobacco. So I'm going to get my shit together, because I still have not completely gotten my shit together. It's been a process of evolution, and it's been, I'm getting there. You see me. I'm getting there. But, you know, how are you supposed to get there when the people in your life are, you know what, this is the problem. I've been focusing, I shouldn't be focusing any energy on their problems. I just shouldn't. Because it's like, if I'm doing that, then I'm not spending all the time evolving to the point that I need to be at to solve everyone's problems. When I'm evolved to that point, then their problems will be solved just simply by seeing me lead by example. Like, it's that simple. If I eat one meal a day and I feel amazing, I feel great, they're going to be more interested in trying that. If I, just like everybody else on the fucking planet, when I learned Kriya Yoga, I asked the guy, I said, when I learned Kriya Yoga, I said, so my parents are super, very kind of like closed-minded, sort of judgmental, fearful Christian type people. And they're kind of, you know, they haven't invested any time into actually trying to form an opinion that's well educated. So basically they're a little concerned that I might be getting sucked into a cult. So what do I say to them to, like, put their mind at ease in that way, or to get them to look into it, or any of that? And he said, just focus on your practice. He said, don't worry about any of don't try to talk to them about it. Don't try to tell. Just focus on your practice, and they will see the evolution, and they will have no choice but to be interested. And I've always known that. It's been in my mind every day since that day. And, but like every other human being, I find ways to distract myself and to tell myself stories about how I'm trying to help with this or that, or like, instead of like, dude, you only need to practice self-love all throughout the day. You only need to practice these things, which is great. I'm learning, I'm becoming a teacher, but ultimately all you want is peace. All that I want is peace internally, because there's nothing stopping me from helping the world, but I haven't gotten to the point where I'm helping the world yet. I have 21 subscribers on YouTube, and I've been working on it for like over a year. Now, when I was in Key West, there was so much shit going on, and I was smoking weed, like, you know, all throughout the day at certain points. And it totally got away from me, and I wasn't really working on YouTube at all. And it killed me internally. It killed me. It killed me internally. And I tried, but I just, But I've been working on this for a long time, and the people really need a leader. And I'm almost there internally. But it's like, it's always been true. It's, Henry, as soon as you're there internally, then that idea that there's nothing stopping you will be true, because you will not be stopping. You are the cause of all of your problems, all of the, like, oh, I have to be patient, I have to do that. It's like, dude, just practice yoga in the way that you are capable of doing, and magically 2 months from now, everything will be different. Everything. 2 years from now, the world will be different. You will be traveling with your wife. You will be already respected incredibly as a leader, and and the best will have yet to come. Be a leader, Henry. Be a leader. Stop talking about it. Stop thinking about it. Stop creating problems and roadblocks so that you can distract yourself and you can keep doing the same old shit. Make the sacrifice and be a leader. Lead by example. Okay.